says his shoulder might not be ready to respond when he needs it to, based on when he has to shoot or going for a tough rebound. But he says even if I don't shoot well or rebound well, I can still play basketball. That means go out there and playing hard. We'll see how that shoulder affects him tonight.
Okay, thank you. And let's see who picked it up on the bench. As far as scoring is concerned, it's controlled by Gasol, but picked up by Shaun Livingston, one of the better scorers right now in the starting lineup for the Washington Wizards. They signed him to 2 10-day contracts. Now just picked it up for the remainder of the season. That it was taken.
And you know, so many people thought he would never play basketball again.
He was taken 4th overall by the Clippers in 2004. Blatche is their best, and he grazes the front of the rim on a difficult follow-away and a challenge that time by Lamar Odom.
It's good defense. Very good defense. That's where you want to see your team play throughout the game.
Kobe waits for the pick. The Lakers dominated this team on its way all the way. It wasn't going to be short. JaVale McGee pulls it down. He barely saw the floor in the first 30 seconds. A real talented, athletic kid out of Nevada.
I can tell you one thing, you got to put a body on him.
He can jump.
He will go flat, clean the glass.
Mike Miller, 3rd best in the NBA. As McGee tried to, Lamar tap it to himself.
He did Lamar, he tapped it to Lamar.
And Lamar on the spin, trying to leave it over his shoulder. And it is saved by Al Thornton, former Clipper. He's got some big gains offensively. Kind of up and down the same way it was with the Clips, though. He's got the basketball right now. A little give and go. He didn't go all the way.
That's on Thornton, too. Once you give that look like you're going to the basket, you got to go.
Now on the reverse. Big guy running the floor well. Lakers get the first deuce of the game.
First deuce of the game and a driving layup by their 7-footer.
Well, the Lakers just saw a team that came in with a 9-game losing streak. Now 10 straight on the wrong end. A 10-game losing streak for the Washington Wizards. Al Thornton. Miller popped it around, but Gasol's got the board.
Powell's going after rebounds. I give him credit to start the game. He went after that ball. He didn't wait for it to come to him.
And you heard Phil Jackson. That's his challenge to Pau Gasol. Coming up with the glass. Kobe and Lamar. Boy, trying to spike it. Miller gets it.
Might have been a little too far under the glass to try that.
Pau Gasol clears it out quickly.
By both teams.
Not a lot of flow offensively at either end. Kobe working against Livingston. Trying to barge his way home with the left hand, and on his way down, he got the goaltend. Lakers' first 4 of the game belonging to Gasol and Kobe.
Just a bad decision that time by McGee. You know, yeah, I think everybody realizes that you can jump, but maybe he's sending a message to the Lakers saying that if anything comes into the paint, you have to deal with me. So maybe early on, it's not a bad thing after all.
Kobe came into the game needing 26 to pass the totals of Alex English. He'll move into the 12th spot in the NBA scoring list. Mike Miller, a little bit strong.
And Mike Miller is a guy they need to really pick it up offensively. He needs to be more aggressive with the basketball.
Kobe wanted to go back. Artest. And Artest, long 2, 6-0 Lakers.
And that's the guy that the Lakers need to get involved offensively, especially down the stretch heading into the real season. Artest has to really start to establish himself.
Al Thornton, good look. Picked up by Lamar on the miss. Fish coming off an 0 for 6. Let's see if Derek can get it going tonight. Trying to track it down, and it's taken away after he did get it. Loose ball, Thornton with McGee. And a break going to Livingston.
I said ragged, but I didn't mean it this ragged.
Thornton's got the first 2 of the game. So Al Thornton, former first-round pick out of Florida State, 14th overall, 3 years ago by the Clips. Talented guy, good athlete, but they just wondered whether he was going to be a consistent enough player for them. And he's gone now. Prove himself with the Washington Wizards. Marcel, a little crease. Gasol, good run out. But on the deflection, it's out of bounds. Powell wanted to go to Lamar.
Lamar, there was a seam there for Lamar's pass, but that had to be a bounce pass because in a crowd, I've said it many times, a straight pass in a crowd, the receiver of the pass will lose sight of it for a brief moment.
So we're 4 minutes in as the Lakers have started 3 of 8, 1 of 7 for the Wizards. Mike Miller, good first step on the dribble. And Shaun Livingston just about 10 days ago, 18 points, a season high with 8 assists. There's a lot of skill still there.
Yeah, but
is there enough push in the legs?
Well, a lot of it's going to be upstairs too. You know, he has to really develop confidence that that leg will hold up.
Now with the left hand, not close, and out of bounds off Miller. Fresh shot clock for the Lakers, up by 2. And Fabricio Oberto, we got to know when he came over, joined the San Antonio Spurs from the Argentinian League, and played well for them. Breakdown, Kobe. This time against the length, and Thornton's a legit 6'7". Still Kobe got where he wanted to go. And missed the easy one inside to start 1 for 4 now.
That's a glass shot there. You got to use the backboard now.
Blatch has been their guy, Stu, since the All-Star break. In fact, one of the highest scorers in the NBA since the All-Star break. On the deflection, Miller kept it alive for Livingston. And Livingston hard to the hole. Boy, you talked about the psychological aspect. He got up there.
And those are the kind of plays that will give him that confidence back again. The kind of plays where he attacks, uses those legs, absorbs some contact, and then is able to respond.
Pau Gasol over Oberto. And the Lakers, after a 6-0 start, get the lead once again at 8-6. Mike Miller popping out off the pick. And a cold start for Mike Miller.
Just a few years ago, he was a dead-eye shooter.
Derek Fisher gets his second try. So a 10-6 lead for the Lakers. And a timeout coming up for Flip Saunders.
Well, it's funny how close to the 6-minute mark these teams will take that timeout. He knows the first dead ball after 6 minutes is going to be a timeout anyhow. So at 6:07, we've got a timeout. The Lakers up by 4 as Pau stepping into the center position for the injured Andrew Bynum. Well, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 out of 4 from the field. And Shaun Livingston, well, he's made both of his attempts looking good to start.
As they put it back into play, we're halfway through the opening 12 minutes. Miller 0 for 3, one of the guys they look for.
Well, good switching defense by the Lakers.
It continues. And shot clock violation because of what you talked about. They all rotated, didn't they?
I mean, it was about team communication, whether it was just a visible or a verbal. The Lakers did a very good job of switching on screens, stepping out, challenging, and as a result, they get a 24-second violation.
And you don't see many games in the playoffs 115-114, do you, Stu?
For whatever the reason, everything slows up in the playoffs. There's more half-court scenarios. Coaches want to be more involved in play selection.
And more defense like we just saw. Real good rotations by the Lakers. Gasol gets the roll. Boy, almost to 9, but recovered.
Well, good concentration because Oberto slapped it primarily out of his hands, but he kept focused, picked it up, and put it in.
Pau Gasol was 6 of the first 12. Of the last 2 games, Gasol has hit 19 of his 27 shots. There's Singleton. Coming over from the Dallas Mavericks. So James Singleton. Known for his defense, but has developed that mid-range game over the last 2-3 years. But a good cover guy, just the same. Kobe off the glass. So Kobe has started 1 for 5. The Lakers still up by 4, inside of 5 left in the first quarter. Miller off the rub from Singleton.
They're not recognizing that Fisher is guarding Thornton, so Thornton has to come out to get the ball. He should be on the post.
Al Thornton on the 15-16 footer. So an opportunity there for Al Thornton, and you can say that about a bunch of guys. Shaun Livingston, this is an audition. Step back time, and Artest has it spin out. Now, Oberto with an advantage. And Livingston recognized it. So did Lamar Odom because Pau Gasol had hit the deck. Fish on the run with Gasol.
You rarely see Livingston telegraph a pass like that Lamar read and picked off. And then that led the Lakers into transition of their own. And Pau showing some good foot speed, getting them down the floor.
He's got 8 points, 4 rebounds. Thornton, good first down. Lamar came over. He saw that out of the corner of his eye. Took away the baseline. 8 on the shot clock. And it's going to be a carry on Shaun Livingston. Boy, when's the last time we saw a carry? And we've seen a lot worse than that.
Yeah, well, but again, if they're going to call that, then I'm sure Flip Saunders is saying, let's be consistent with it. Cars Jr. Exmo shows the fast break opportunity fish to Powell for another easy deuce.
Lamar Odom with Ron Artest. Now inside of 10 of the shot clock. Artest got Singleton completely out of position. That's the first whistle, first foul of the game at least.
That was some good footwork by Artest. The only problem was the end result. He didn't finish very well at all. Seemed like the ball slipped out of that heavily bandaged the left hand with especially the left thumb.
Are you surprised a little bit that Artest has not been as good a finisher around the rim?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think a lot of it has to do with the injury to his feet and his health.
2 tickets to the Lakers, so you could win them. Text tickets to 525-377 right now. Tickets to 525-377. All thanks to our friends at Verizon Wireless. So win some tickets, but you have to text it. All the rules, they're on the website. So go to Lakers.com for all the details. Ron Artest splits the pair. Lakers by 5 early, 15-10. They beat this team 115-103. It was basically over at halftime when they met this team back in January, and the team went to the White House to meet President Obama. Beat them 115-103 and had 60 at the break. They were up 60-44 at the half, so wasn't much of a game in the second half. Al Thornton, boy, too good a look for him. 12, 14-foot fall away. 6 early for Thornton.
We talked about this team auditioning players, and basically that's what they're doing with everybody. Trying to figure out who they want to keep around and what they want to do, build through the draft, and go a little younger.
Farmar's got that shot down. He protects it. He gets it over the bigger man. Jordan Farmar checked into the game off the last whistle. He's got an early bucket and has to deal with a longer point guard in Sean Livingston.
Sean should really take him to the box. I'm sure he's the guy that's a playmaker as he turns it over again.
A dangerous pass. How about that pass? Ron Artest blows another layup. Just talked about him finishing. And that's the left hand. That's not the right hand.
Yeah, but that's the hand with all of that wrap on it.
Livingston, mid-range. And over Gasol. A fresh shot clock. It'll be saved. Alert play by Mike Miller. Good play by Miller. 17-12. Lakers by 5. 2+ to play in the first quarter.
Too many opportunities here for the Wizards. The Lakers are giving up.
And they're now 7 for 16 from the field after the make by Singleton. He's got a quick 4 off the bench in 4 minutes of play. Lakers by only 3. The ability to put the hammer down on sub-500 teams is Oberto. Sends Pau Gasol to the free throw line. That takes us to a timeout.
Minute and 43 left in the first quarter. The Lakers and the Wizards both shooting about
16. So the real big red of Cornell.
Come on now, there's only one big red. Come on. The real big red.
I had to wake you up. We've got you up.
Speaking of the big red, what the women's team did today.
Man, they got UCLA next.
Beat Northern Iowa by about 40.
UCLA winner of UCLA North Carolina State faced them in the Windows.
Problem.
Go Bruins. Randy Foy's got the basketball. We'll talk about his story because he's auditioning as well. He's taking over for Livingston and foul on Artest. It squirted in an awkward manner out of the hands of Mike Miller, didn't it?
Because he was trying to bring it back after he realized that Artest had held up the receiver. Tried to bring the ball back, not knowing that the whistle would sound.
Al Thornton will bring it in. Foy will run the point. Miller still looking for his outside game. Shannon Brown has just checked in with Josh Powell for the Lakers. Step back for Singleton. And Ron Artest will get the board. One and done. Lakers by only 5, 19-14.
Powell was there. Powell was running the floor effectively.
Mid-range game. Shannon Brown. 21-14.
Well, we talk about the absence of Andrew Bynum, and that's going to be a big loss. But everybody, especially the Lakers bench, is going to have to really start being a consistent performer.
McGee back into the game for Oberto. He's got 2 fouls. And Miller, look out once he gets it going. He is now 1 of 4. Had to play with Kobe, Team USA. Gasol was thinking about it. The path was taken away by Thornton. So the Lakers 47%, 44%. Farmar. And a good pass for Pau Gasol. Blocked away. You talked about the leaping ability. He closed in a hurry, JaVale McGee. And look at the takeaway. Ron Artest is swatting it.
Well, Ron just continually puts pressure on you defensively.
Shannon Brown over there for a half hour begging for it. And Jordan Farmar gets the assist.
Jordan looked at him and said, if I'm going to give it to you, knock it down. Give me that assist.
So 7 assists on 10 makes for the Lakers. They lead it by 8, 24-16 final shot for Foy. And Washington. Foy, the triple. And got Farmar on a flyby. 0.2 of a second. That'll do it. And the Lakers go to the break up by 5.
Picked up a little bit in the first quarter. The start of the quarter by both teams was quite ragged, but it's picking up a little bit. Hopefully, the final 36 minutes, it will continue to pick up as the Lakers looking to win games.
Kobe. Kobe, not a bad option. And Nick Young, USC Trojan. LA native, in for the first time. Well, tonight, as part of our celebration of Noche Latina, we are going to join the guys on the Lakers Spanish broadcast side. So let's go over now and listen in with Pepe Mantilla and Fernando Gonzalez.
Aquí viene Farmar, entrega rápido para Powell. Lamar Odom por el lado derecho, cortito el tiro, lo falla. Powell en la recuperación. Hay una falta, señores, es de McGee.
Vale, McGee cometiendo la falta. Y esto es lo que tiene que hacer Lakers, el rompimiento rápido, sorprender. Están jugando de una manera letárgica, como medio dormidos. Tienen que aparecer con fuerza, especialmente hoy que es la noche latina.
Totalmente de acuerdo, va a ser Lamar Odom el que visite esta línea de castigo. Los Lakers están ganando 24-18. Y ahora obviamente la oportunidad para incrementar los puntos el equipo de los Lakers. Es apenas el primer punto que está consiguiendo Lamar Odom. Mientras que los que están en la duela, el que mejor posesionado está en ese departamento es Shannon Brown, que tiene 12.
Lamar Odom 70% desde la línea de foul en el último partido contra Minnesota, 18 puntos y 4 rebotes.
Bien por Lamar, que consigue el segundo. La respuesta del equipo de Washington, 26-18 el marcador. Cuando vemos en el ataque por el lado izquierdo protegiendo la pelota, allá en ese sector el equipo de Washington, balón rápido que suelta aquí Young en el tiro, consigue la canasta. Son 20 puntos los que tiene ahora el conjunto de los Wizards, 26 los Lakers.
Nicky Young, producto local de la Universidad del Sur de California, en su tercera campaña, suele brillar cuando juega contra Lakers.
Shannon Brown rápido por el centro, balón por el lado derecho, Josh Powell, el disparo, ahí está dentro la pelota, bien, se levanta el público para celebrar este disparo, 28-20. Lakers sigue adelante del marcador.
Esta es la clave del baloncesto, la penetración, encontrar a los compañeros, y cuando eso te funciona, vas a ganar el partido, obviamente.
Claro que sí, el trabajo por este lado.
We thank Fernando and Pepe. We'll check in with the guys a little bit later. Somebody's got to slow down Nick Young. Cleveland High School in Reseda, and his career average against the Lakers is his highest against any opponent. Coming out of USC 3 years ago, he gets bumped up.
He had a game here against the Lakers, his rookie year, I believe it was, where he went off a little bit, you know. So he's a player you better get too early. They've already allowed him to knock down his first 2. So once the fire is started, it's hard to put it out. That's why you want to be guarding the guy. You don't want to have to get switched over to him after he's hot as that.
Now Shannon Brown picked up by Nick Young. 7 of the shot clock. Decision-making time now for Josh Powell.
Shot buster time.
Kobe, a 30-footer. And will be picked up by Young. So Young and Farmar, a couple of Valley guys and friends. Farmar, of course, out of Taft in Woodland Hills. And Reseda, Cleveland High School for Nick Young. Lakers by 6. The dish and a block. Josh Powell. Blatch, will they get it off in time? Plenty of time. Man, he just can't find it. He's been their hot hand.
Yeah, but too many second chance opportunities.
Boy. And his 3 at the end of the first quarter was changed to a 2. They looked at the video. They gave him a 3. Changed it to a 2 during the timeout. So Randy Foy on the board. Andre Black, surprising to see him that far off. Jordan Farmar a little bit flat. And JaVale McGee gets it out in her. Only a 4-point lead for the Lakers early tonight in the first half. Against the Wizards, team with the fourth worst record in the NBA. And without a doubt, the most disappointing team in the NBA this year. Blatch is the guy that's, since the All-Star break, has been phenomenal. But tonight, he's 0 for 5. It's early, though. Took it away. Blatch's length. McGee gets back.
deflected pass there as Lamar tried another straight pass, and their second carry in the game. The second one, NBA record. Two carries of the basketball in one game. Wow.
So Nick Young, after was called earlier on Sean Livingston. Kobe. There's his shot inside the free throw line. His first basket of the game, making his second actually on his 7th try. He's got 4. Lakers by 6.
This Wizard team, they've been losing games obviously, but they've been in game a lot of games going into the fourth quarter, but they just don't have that closer or the mentality of how to finish the game off.
Blash doubled up, and Kobe coming down the wrist. He's not going to argue. It looked that way from up here.
Like it started at about the bicep, went all the way down the wrist. So you don't complain on those kind of calls. We've got a timeout at the 8:49 mark as Kobe knocks down his second shot. Beautiful jump shot in the lane.
Michael, where can I get those jerseys? Well, it's pretty simple. Pretty much any Laker gear you want, you can get it at the team store right here at Staples Center. But you can also go to any Champs Sporting Goods and find the Los Lakers jersey, as well as go to NBAstore.com. Only a few teams in the league are celebrating Noche Latina, but the Lakers, guys, the #1 requested Los jersey in the NBA.
All right, Michael, thank you. They wanted the pick from McGee on the backdoor lob. It's Foy out front. And batted out of bounds by Blatch. Oh, it's a couple of strange scores tonight. Oklahoma City on the road at Indiana. Lottery team this year. Indiana 121, Oklahoma City 101. Not a total shock they lost, but by the margin. It'll be Nick Young on the foul. Sasha into the game for the first time. So Sasha joining Shannon Brown, Kobe, Lamar Odom, and Josh Powell. Big game in Atlanta tonight. Early in the fourth, Atlanta 85, San Antonio 82, because right now you've got Oklahoma City with 26 losses. San Antonio's got 26 losses, 26 for Phoenix, 25 for Utah, and 28 for Portland. Portland on the road at Phoenix tonight. Kobe. And poked out of bounds by McGee, keeping it away from Josh Powell, who did enough inside to give the Lakers a second chance.
Because McGee was so worried about Kobe not only catching it, but attacking the rim that he was looking to block the shot and couldn't keep his body on Josh Powell, and as a result, he knocked the ball out of bounds. So the Lakers get another opportunity.
Both teams at 46%, identical, 12 of 26 from the field. Kobe, McGee, and will he get it? Yep, the roll off the lip of the rim. 32-24, Kobe's got 6, just warming up, 20 points away from 12th all-time in NBA history, past the totals of Alex English. And after that, John Havlicek. And then Dominique Wilkins. Nick Young cradled it. Man heads to the free throw line on the reach from behind by Sasha.
Again, Nick Young coming around a screen on the baseline to his strong hand, and he curled pretty close to the screener, and that's the way you run a curl. And he was able to get around the corner and pick up the foul.
So Young, a factor off the bench right away, has 5 and 4 minutes of play. And Michael Eaves joining us once again in the second half. Michael will check in with Carl's Jr. Sports Update. What a day in college basketball. Man, how about yesterday? Kansas going down. That shocked everybody.
I got a text from somebody that said, "Hold on, Northern Iowa." What's going on? I guess they knew, Big 12 for Kansas, but Kansas no longer available.
Nope, gone. And everybody picked Kansas to get to not only the Final Four, but the championship game. That was a bracket buster.
There's going to be a shot buster here.
Josh Powell, second left of the shot clock and didn't get the roll. Mike Miller back on the floor. Singleton, Blatch, Boy, and Young. Backdoor Blatch. And Lamar got back into play. Indecision by Blatch early. It'll be Miller. And the Lakers lucky. Good run out by Sasha, because Mike Miller, 1 for 5, has hit a ton of threes. In fact, third in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage at 47% this year. Sasha space. Kobe found him. Rims out, but Elo's there, inside position on Singleton.
Well, normally long shots rebound rather long. That one curled around and fell right into the hands of Lamar in the paint.
7 rebounds for Lamar to lead the Lakers. That's his second basket. And the Lakers up by 9. So they've got their largest lead of the game. They've also got a whistle as the ball will come in on the side. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Time for the Lakers to get another couple of good defensive stance here and try to put this thing in at about the 14, 15-point mark.
Boy, in his 4th year out of Villanova, Lamar came out. It still goes in. Soft touch, Randy Foye. He'll always be associated, whether he likes it or not, with Brandon Roy, who he faced on Friday night. And he ended up almost on. He was trying to close on Roy when he hit the game winner on Friday night. They lost it 76-74, despite holding Portland to 32% shooting. Josh Powell over the smaller man, headed to the free throw line. He just muscled him in, didn't he?
Well, he did good footwork, too, because he wanted to go baseline, but does a good job of reacting after Singleton shut him off. That's good decision by Josh. Then a little drop, back to the left hand, keeping it away from the defender. Gets an and one. Very nice play.
So, Stu, we talked about who's going to step up with new roles for some guys that don't get as many minutes. With Andrew gone, the opportunity exists now for Josh Powell. Lamar moving into the starting lineup.
Absolutely. And Josh is one of those guys that we're going to count on a little bit. He's got to respond to the extra minutes.
Ooh. Now they got to get it across. And timeout. They only have a second to get it across, but they'll bring it into the side. Randy Foye called the timeout. There were a break that Nick Young didn't come down.
That was Nick Young's fault there. You don't jump to make a pass and not have somebody really open to throw it to. He jumped and just about threw it out of bounds. The Lakers lead 37-27, and Pau Gasol leading the way. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Latin
It's going to be interesting. Batted away by Powell. They had to get it across. Only got a second to get it across. Nick Young.
I tell you, Josh Powell got away with a foul.
He cracked him, didn't he? 6 in the shot clock for Mike Miller on a reach and a pass. It'll come in on the side. That's only the 3rd team foul on the reach. Fish just came back into the game. It's his first. So Fish out there with Sasha Vujacic, Elo, Kobe, and Josh Powell.
Well, let's see what this unit can do in the final 6 minutes of the first half. Have themselves a 10-point cushion.
Shot clock down. And out of bounds on the baseline. So Singleton tried. And for the air ball from Randy Foye. Now he was taken 7th overall by Portland. It was already a deal done. Minnesota took Brandon Roy 8th. And they swapped the players. Draft day deal.
You're just not going to let him live that down, are you?
Well, they faced each other Friday night. So
and
it's been in both papers for the last 2 days. Washington Post, Oregonian. And Foye can play. He's averaging 13 a game. Brandon Roy. Man, that franchise. Now Kobe. Did he get it out in time? I bet he did. Shot clock down. He's got the Lakers up by 12.
That's what he needs. He needs the shot clock to be just about at 0 before he really makes good shots.
4 of 10 after starting 1 for 5. Double. Good play. Yeah. Quick pass to Young. And Sasha gets the long board.
That's where guards come into play. Long shots. You want your guards at the free throw line. Yeah.
Kobe's feeling it. 5 to play. 42-27. The Lakers on a roll. Kobe's up to 11. And they've got their biggest lead of the game at 15. Timeout, Flip Saunders.
Yeah, and Flip recognizes that this is a team, the defending champs, that you just want to keep them out of runs as much as you possibly can. And he sensed an 8-0 run. Powell comes back into the game along with Ron Artest. So all 4 of the Lakers starters on the floor along with Josh Powell.
Gasol with 10 points, 4 boards. Blatch overdue. And Andre Blatch, I had mentioned, 10 games this month, averaging 22.7 rebounds. So it's a guy that finally got his minutes. Jameson's gone. Butler's gone. So he's capitalizing. Kobe. And he'll stay home. A long 2 for Kobe. Lakers by 15 still. And Kobe up to 13 and counting.
I like to stop on a dime jump shot. Boy, you put that last dribble hard off the floor and you're ready to pull it up and fire.
Back to back for Blatch. Andre Blatch. Big kid right out of high school. And when you saw him, out of high school in summer league play that year in Vegas. He's at a prep school in Connecticut. Syracuse native. You could tell, a lot of game. He had guard skills in that body.
He's got to pick up his guard skills in that body now because his team needs him to perform at a high level.
Ron Artest on the run out. Little step back action. Artest before Singleton could respond. So Artest coming off a real nice complete effort. The last game with double figures. He's got 5 early tonight, hitting half his 4 shots. 46-31. Lakers by 15. Al Thornton, pretty good looking stroke. Man, he got off the ground. Didn't he use his legs?
He always has. And when he attacks the rim, he really uses his legs.
4 of 7. 8 points for Thornton.
What a
pass. Kobe with Sean Livingston holding up Pau Gasol. What a pass.
Kobe puts that hard dribble and then stops. One little head fake, gets 2 defenders to bite. And says, Pau, I got you an easy one here. Head fake, whoops. Pau wrapped up by Livingston. That's good basketball. That's creating a shot for your teammate. Pau go to the line and shoot 2.
Not many free throws in this game. Pau Gasol is now 3 of 3 at the stripe with that make. Well, Laker fans, visit Lakers.com this month for a virtual tour of the all-new Toyota Sienna. Laker girl Brittany. You can win free Laker tickets. Click on the Toyota banner at the top of Lakers.com. Enter for your chance to win. Just go to the website. It's courtesy of Toyota. Suiting up with the Lakers for over 33 years. The Lakers back by 15 now. Pau Gasol up to 12 and 4. And Black, long picked up by Gasol.
Well, he made his last 2. He was just doing a heat check.
Ooh, that was a pick check, and he wasn't planted yet. Pau gets the foul.
The only reason I think he's going to get a foul in that play is his arms. His feet were set, but I think he brings his arms up a little bit. They're in motion as well. So he gets the offensive foul on the screen, and the Wizards get the ball back, trailing by 15.
That 33 is a pretty sweet number when you're looking at the Lakers right now. Pretty good defense so far.
Yeah, solid defense building, and they held them to 44, the Washington Wizards, in the first matchup. Sean Livingston's out there, along with Singleton, Black, Thornton, and Miller. Miller coming over in that deal with Foy at the start of the season from Minnesota. I really liked it. Boy, nothing's turned out for Washington this year. Ron Artest in quick hands. Al Thornton didn't know what hit him. But it's deflected out of bounds. So Lakers retain possession with 21 left on the shot clock.
If you pick up the ball around Artest, you better protect it in a big-time way. Just can't pick it up and be careless. Thornton was careless and paid the price.
And then stumbled across almost like he got a sucker punch. Oh, it was blindside hit. There's no question about that. 16 on the shot clock.
Little zone by the Wizards.
Kobe over the zone and feeling it right now in a zone. He's got 16. So Kobe's 7 for 13 after he missed 4 of his first 5. 51-33. 10 away. Going past Alex English. He's shooting. Will they get it before the break?
The Wizards not taking advantage of any switches the Lakers are making when they get big on little.
Blatch didn't shorten his dribble, did he? And a couple of Lakers there. Pau Gasol and Kobe.
That's good defense on that one again. Sure, it was bad ball movement by the Wizards. They got to move the ball via the pass a little bit better.
Kobe up against Al Thornton. Rolling around, use the window. 54 as Kobe's got 16 in the quarter. 54-33, 16 of his 19 here in the second quarter. And what a show he is putting on a Sunday night at Staples.
That young man will entertain no matter what night of the week it is. And tonight, against the Wizards, first half at least, putting on a show. He is now 8 out of 14 from the field, where early he was like 1 or 2 out of 7, but he's a scorer, and he can do it at will. And just like that, the Lakers are up by 21 with 1:37 left to go in the half. Thanks to that man. Yeah, he's feeling good. Not only on the bench feeling good, but especially on the floor. His last 3 or 4 shot attempts have been really special. First, the buzzer beater to beat the shot clock, then just pulling up from long range and semi-transition. Then he says, hey, how hot am I? Takes another one, same result. And then the last one, round and around. But the final result, another three-pointer. 19 points, 17 in this quarter.
So the Lakers right now have outscored them 26-9 over the last 9 minutes. 90 seconds left in the half with the Lakers up 54-33. Livingston hope to spot Derek Fisher and a wedge. That was very short. So the Lakers with Lamar Odom will slow it back down.
But again, the Wizards run high screen and roll to start that offensive sequence.
Kobe checking it out. Gets it again! And Toronto's not here. 57-33. Kobe to 22.
Oh,
Man,
boy.
oh, man.
You talk about a quick catch and shoot. Gee, that was definitely heat check time.
He's 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, which is a good sign because the threes hadn't been falling. Blatch keeps it alive. Gasol knocks it away to Odom. Lakers have the mo.
Find Kobe. See if he's going to shoot another three.
He's trying.
There it goes.
On a flyby. The crowd was ready. JaVale McGee the other way. Fish, clean pick.
That's why you don't want 7-footers dribbling against 6-footers.
Even if it's Gasol.
I don't care who it is.
So the Lakers slow it down with 15 of the shot clock. Final seconds of the first half. What a close for the Lakers. Gasol up against the youngster. And his shot blocker, he didn't know when to bite on that one.
Well, 2 head fakes frozen to the floor. He didn't know when to go, and Powell gets an easy one.
That's real clean. He's got 14 on 5 of 8. We talked about 19 of 27 over the last 2, and it just continues the consistency for Pau Gasol. Takeaway, final shot of the half was off in time. Nothing shocks me with him.
A good strip by Derek Fisher to prevent the Wizards from getting a hoop to end the half, and the Lakers go to halftime with a nice cushion.
So Kobe only 4 away from surpassing the totals of Alex English, one of the great Denver Nuggets, and they go to the break up by 20.
See what happens.
All right, Jim, appreciate the time.
More than welcome.
All right, send it back out to you guys. Of course, it'd be great to get this win before we have to go on the road for that 5-game road trip.
You're right, Michael. Thank you for the help, and thanks to Jim Clemens. And let's see if the Lakers can add to their 13-0 run. They closed out the first half with Derek Fisher out there, starting 5 back on the floor. And of course, that includes Lamar Odom now. And Fish off the front of the rim, picked up by Andre Blatch. So the Lakers by 26. Kobe only 4 away, moving into 12th spot on the all-time scoring list.
Well, important to not really look at the scoreboard if you're the Lakers and try to win this third quarter as well.
Lamar got the stop. Blatch gets the walk. And they called it. You rarely see it.
Yeah, but that one was a little obvious, wasn't it?
Tommy Nunez.
Because he did it in slow motion. That wasn't a quick walk. That was one of those slow walks.
It's the 11th turnover on the Wizards. There's so many guys, and you look at, they started the season, Gilbert Arenas, Antoine Jameson, Caron Butler, gone. Arenas, of course, suspended. Deshaun Stevenson, gone. Man, oh man. Brendan Haywood, gone. Only guy from the starting lineup opening night, Mike Miller's still there. And Kobe now only 2 away from passing Alex English, 61-33.
Joel, that wasn't that bad a defense.
Nope.
I mean, Thornton was there, he challenged, but that's Kobe Bryant we're talking about.
And he arced it a little bit more than we've seen.
Because he was good
Right.
defense.
Absolutely. A little more than a minute. Gone to the third. Out of the spin, nice move, Al Thornton.
Oh, his weight was leaning to his left shoulder as he reached around. Thornton recognized it, made a spin to the right, gets an easy one.
Stops a 15-0 run, so you know what this guy wants to come back and do. Is Pau Gasol's got to get into the paint.
Powell tripped over that line. They just painted today, a little higher than the rest of the
And
court.
quick move on McGee. Leaned on the youngster, didn't he?
Powell's got all the shots, too.
16 now for Gasol.
What makes him difficult to defend there is he's got both hands.
Big E shows soft touch on a floater.
You know what? His intentions when he left his feet, I thought, was to pass. But there was nobody to pass to, so he shoots it off the glass. Nice play.
Wizards first round pick, 18th overall last year, as Fish will retrieve it with pressure from Sean Livingston. Livingston's length almost took it away, couldn't hang on. Now 6 on the shot clock. Fish off the pick, and what a Pau Gasol fouled. As that was a slippery one inside, wasn't it?
That was some play by
Man.
Derek.
What a
The
pass.
shot clock was becoming a major problem, but Derek just throws a wraparound pass right to Powell, who gets hammered on the play by Mike Miller. So Powell back to the line where he's been good in this game.
Well, lately he has been better at the
Yeah,
free
he
throw
has
line.
picked it up the last few games.
Yeah, he was good. He went into the previous game 22 of his last 27 at the free throw line. And he's perfect so far tonight. I'm looking at the numbers from the Minnesota game. He was 3 of 3 at the free throw line.
Well,
so
you know,
far 5 of 5 tonight.
Well, you talked about lately he's been picking it up, but he had nowhere to go but up because he was
That's cold. Really cold.
Oh, he was going the other direction there for a spell.
Yeah, but good to see his confidence now after tonight. Only 12 games left in the regular season.
That's all it is, too. It's confidence in his head. He's a good free throw shooter that went through a bad spell.
28-point lead is the biggest of the night for the Lakers at 65-37.
Got to make it. Got to try to make it 38. You cannot be satisfied.
Al Thornton smacked away.
Boy,
Headband and all.
I told you, if you pick up your dribble, you better have a real protection on that ball.
And they're on the reach. That's a frustration foul on Thornton. Trying to pull his Artest.
Al Thornton picks up his dribble and doesn't protect the ball, and Ron just strips him of it. Just strips him of it. Al pretended like he had hit him in the forehead, but you don't want to say he just stripped me of it. So.
Now Kobe
Zone.
with 24. Pau against the smaller man drawing the contact. So Thornton back-to-back fouls, and the frustration level for Al is growing significantly.
Well, it should be growing for all of the Wizards. As you look at that scoreboard, you've got to be frustrated. You can't look up there and be happy or content or anything. You've got to be thoroughly upset.
Kobe thinking about it. Gasol was the target. Thornton jumped in the pass.
Well, he didn't hold Thornton off long enough.
It'll be Mike Miller. And Mike Miller can fill it up. He missed his first 4. Now he's hit his last 2.
Wizards acted like they wanted to stretch their defense, then they fall back in their zone. They realize that Laker personnel is such that against the man, they had a lot of trouble.
Pau Gasol had some position inside, right back to Lamar with the pass. It was telegraphed for Livingston, wasn't it? Thornton going to the line to shoot 2 on the foul by Pau Gasol. So an opportunity for points off the turnover, and the Lakers dominating there 19-7 thus far.
Thornton recognized that Artest wasn't in the neighborhood, and he went to work quick. He said, "Ooh, let me get a shot before Ron gets in front of me."
And I talked about Stu being up and down, and that was the thing with the Clippers. And they wondered about his consistency. It's just 2 weeks ago, he had 24 points and 11 rebounds in a game in Boston. So he can play at a very high level. He's got a lot of talent, doesn't he? I mean, we saw him against the Lakers when he was a rookie, first team all rookie.
But we can say that probably against any player that isn't consistent. You know, that's their problem. They're inconsistent. To get to this level, you should have quite a bit of ability.
Well,
but how consistent are you? Can the coach pencil you in for X number of everything?
He's in his 3rd year, so the book's still out on Al Thornton out of Florida State. 14th overall pick by the Clips. Ron Artest inside the arc. And Gasol keeping it alive. Saved by McGee. Or is it? Yep, Al Thornton gets it. They've got a 4-on-2. Mike Miller's the option.
Nice option.
Yep. And the Lakers were fortunate, when I mentioned to you, he was cold at the start of the game. He's got 8 now, 65-44. You said it was 28, make it 38. It is now down to 21.
That's because the Lakers aren't attacking the zone properly.
Turnovers have cropped up as well for the Lakers, trying to get it inside and force it.
Well, you have to get it on the inside, but how do you do it? You don't force it. You run something, whether it's off the pass or off the dribble like that.
And quite
get
clean.
the shot rejected.
Yep. JaVale McGee. Shot blocker. Blatch brings it up. Long one off that time for Mike Miller.
And that was the heat check.
Yeah, he just wanted to see. He took it out a good distance. So a quiet spot now for the Lakers. 5 minutes gone by in the 3rd. Why did they go back to man? Lamar Odom looking for 3. Artest, yep, and taken away by Thornton. Thornton slipped inside. Livingston telling McGee, get it inside. Don't need you out here. Black had a good job because all of a sudden McGee came into the play. Gasol just kept it away. See if the Lakers could move it a little bit with rhythm in the offensive end, and it'll not fall that time. But you talked about getting it inside.
Right.
They found Gasol without forcing.
You just wait, not wait too long, because you've got to attack a zone rather quickly, because if you wait too long, then you end up playing right into their hand. But the Lakers attacked it pretty quick that time and got it on the inside to Pau.
Real good game going in overtime right now in Atlanta. San Antonio. And is it over? They're down by 3 late. 6 seconds left in overtime. 117-114. 117-114 Atlanta.
Yeah, well, the Lakers don't want to get to that point. There's 6:32 to go here in the third.
They're still remaining in the tournament. Almost you want to call the tournament or the conference, Joel, the big least? Is that too harsh?
Hey. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Michael, it's tough to slow down Northern Iowa. They were really something else yesterday. What about that triple by that kid on the wing with 35 seconds to go? Took some guts, didn't it? It was a fun game to watch. Now let's see how the Lakers close. Pau Gasol 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Blatch doubled up. And in traffic, showing his patience. Andre Blatch.
I thought they had him trapped.
He's just 3 for 13.
He ate all the cheese and still escaped.
The Lakers by 21. We're halfway through the third. Lakers' biggest lead was up to 28. Back to the zone. Kobe. Extra pass. Ron Artest. Van Kobe gets the assist. So Ron Artest up to 7.
If you move the basketball, you're going to get just about any shot you want against the zone. But you have to move it. You can't hold it and keep it on one side of the floor.
Seen a lot of zone over the last 2 days. The NCAA tournament. Syracuse matchup 2-3. Blatch back to back.
As good as the defense has been for the Lakers, that one was not very good. Because they had him, again, semi-double teamed and allowed him to go baseline for the dunk.
Second round pick of the Wizards. He was taken 49th overall out of high school. Lamar and McGee sizing things up. Now it'll be Ron Artest. I thought I'd hear a 3-second violation whistle.
You should have heard a 5 or 6 second violation. Both Pau and Lamar camped out in the paint.
71-48. They're letting them play. Lakers with only 7 turnovers thus far. And Ron Artest close to double figures. Lakers only have 2 in double figures. Kobe with 24. Pau Gasol with 20.
See, that's too much holding of the ball.
Al Thornton. 71-50. Thornton 6 of 10, 13 points.
And they come out of it with a basket, but Blatch that time held onto the basketball a little bit longer than you would like when a player is double teamed.
Lamar in the middle. Pau Gasol. They broke that zone down in a hurry.
Once you get it in the middle, it's done. It's toast.
Yeah, and the Lakers, everybody's throwing a zone to the Lakers, so they need some success against the zone. I don't care if it is Washington. 73-50. Lakers by 23. Inside of 10 of the shot clock for Blatch. Prayer. And it goes.
I'll tell you what, he's not as content this second half as he was in the first half. He is really looking to score.
He is a 250-pounder. I talked about his overall skills at 6'11", and he's increased his scoring and rebounding averages in each of his 4 seasons. This is year number 5, and it's definitely up now that he's getting the time. And Lamar, little casual.
Well, the typical thing in basketball, every player that's played probably has done that, and it's dribble the ball off your own big foot. You just lose concentration for a moment, and next thing you know, the ball is rolling out of bounds.
73-52. Lakers. They were up by 26 at the half, 59-33. The Wizards have picked it up offensively. Still with 3.5. Yeah, Blatch has picked it up in particular. He's got 10 and 8 now. And Mike Miller. Mike Miller with those short corner threes on both sides. Blatch. He's got the length. That time it didn't get the rim. And a loose ball foul. They had to call it. And fortunately, Pau Gasol's getting back up because it looked like he got clipped on the back of his leg, almost like the ankle.
You know, a lot of times you see Pau fall to the floor, and some of the time it's because his feet are too close together. You know, you have to have a good solid base, especially when you're really tall like that. It's like a big a tree. You know, you want to have a nice base. Have your feet at least the width of your shoulders and give you something to hold on to.
So you mean like he's got at the free throw line right now?
Exactly. I mean, you want to have a nice base. When they get close together, look out.
He gets the first of 2. Don't want to say that he's now 9 of 9 at the stripe. Well, here's your chance to improve your skills. Lakers players and staff ready to help you out. Get world-class instruction at the 11th annual Camp Lakers, sponsored by Dozity. It takes place right here in downtown LA this June and July. Camps open to boys and girls at all skill levels, ages 9 to 18. So register now and get all the details at Lakers.com. I want to thank everybody that made it out over the last 2 days for Lakers Fan Jam. As Miller has Kobe hit the deck. And Kobe holding a spill.
He tripped over one of his teammates' feet. He was trying to come around that screen and got caught up in that little wedge there and went to the ground.
Artest spacing, nobody at home. And Ron Artest with a 3 of his own. So he's into double figures, second Laker in that territory. Make it third, rather. He's got 12. 78-55.
It's like shooting practice now. I mean, Ron just sitting in the corners, finding himself open for shots.
Lakers at 59% of their shots. Fish. And will Derek get to the ball?
No.
Singleton beat him to the punch. After they get it inside, Lamar blocking the young man who just came into the game. That is Alonzo G, who just checked in.
Mike Miller came up real gimpy on that play. He's heading straight for the side baseline and sits down. And let's just hope he's not injured too severely here as we head to a timeout. 2:28 to go here in the third. The Lakers up by 23 as they are just dominating the Wizards.
I noticed we're trying to do our jobs, guys. They're trying to call some play-by-play. I saw some pretty good ones, but I think our jobs are safe for at least for another 10 or 15 years.
It was fun for everybody, as you mentioned, Michael. It was a great time. A lot of people, as there was a whistle, as Greg Willard comes over to talk over with Ed Malloy. But back to Fan Jam. You were there earlier today. I was there late today, and it was just everybody had smiles on their faces.
They were just trying to determine whether the shot clock should have been reset, and the ball did graze the rim, so they are resetting it to 21. So the Lakers will inbound the ball with 21 on the shot clock.
21 seconds on the shot clock with 2:12 left in the third. Running clock, maybe. Ron Artest up against Alonzo G. Played 4 years of college ball at Alabama. And Artest will get it back. That's been his shot. Little step back action. It's working tonight.
He's got some of the quickest, strongest hands, though. That should have been a turnover.
80-55. He's trying to get it to Lamar. Randy Foye from long range.
That one was for you. Randy said, "You keep talking about me."
He's got game. There's no question he's got game. But Brandon Roy, Derek Fisher, it's very similar to what we just saw. Steph Curry. How could you pass on him when you had 4 number ones? Thank you, Minnesota. 80-58. Lakers by 22. DJ trying to get it inside. Smacked away by Blatch. Minute 15. Let's see how they close it. It'll be Nick Young back into the game and wide open. Alonzo G picks up a second chance opportunity. Important minutes. Young, Alonzo G, and guys that are like Randy Foye. Where are they going to be? Nick Young's going to be back. He's got a rookie contract still. Randy Foye, though, it's his 4th year. And Nick Young, long 2. So it's down to 20. It's a +6 in the third so far for the Wizards.
And that's what you don't want. I mean, sure, you're up big, but at the same time, the mentality is you win every 5 minutes session in the game.
It's DJ and Ron Artest.
Well, he's been a magnet for the ball tonight.
And he's playing it like it's a 2-4-point game. It's real close still. Artest on the handoff. He deserved it. He got him the second chance. Got a bump from G. They're letting him play. 22 is the lead. And Artest is the big reason the Lakers are still up by 22. He's got 16 now.
Yeah, on 7 out of 10 from the field. He only has been credited with 3 rebounds. It just seems like he's got more.
And you know, 2 of his 3 misses, layups. You remember in the first half we were talking about finishing around the rim?
His
Derek
first
Fisher.
2 misses were layups,
Yeah.
basically. But, you know, this third quarter, he has really been a much better player as he just throws it into DJ Benga, then cuts, gets the handoff, and lays it in.
11.2 to play. And the Wizards setting up now for the last shot. Artest from behind. He didn't know what hit him. Young got it off in time. Get the triple. And the Lakers go to the break comfortably in front by 22.
And the disruptor was at it again on Artest, getting a hand on the ball. We head to the fourth with the Lakers holding a 22-point lead. Can they hang on to it and keep the starters basically over on the bench? Well, we'll have to go down, or I'll have to go down and ask Phil, what's he going to do? 20 of those coming in the second quarter. That's when this game was blown wide open. Lakers shooting 56%, and the Wizards only 4 free throw attempts. That won't get you very many victories. Visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a Southern California agent near you.
So Kobe back out there with 24. 24 for Gasol, 16 for Ron Artest. And Blatch asking for it. Pops around off the fingertips of Kobe, too. 10 on the shot clock for Andre Blatch. And on the dive, Alonzo G. At the line looking for the 3-point play.
A couple of Laker players turned their heads looking at Blatch that time, and the Wizards did a good thing. Just dived to the basket. Because of that, there's going to be a 3-point opportunity for G.
He's another one. He signed a 10-day contract, got a second-day 10-day contract, and young man who's played in the D-League and trying to impress enough. I'm really happy for Sean Livingston, though, we were talking about earlier. He's with this team for the remainder of the season. Long rebound. Get the shooter with Shannon Brown coming in.
It was coming right back to G.
Yep. So Livingston on the bench right now, but a guy who's showed some skill. And tonight looked aggressive early. Mismatch inside. Pau Gasol over Gene. Didn't have to rush it. Singleton, and he pointed to his head like, what was I thinking?
Why did I rush it?
82-62.
McGee isn't on the floor.
No shot blocker. Nick Young behind his back, trying to create space. Boy, slipping it inside. Singleton. And the extra pass. Blatch curling the goal. Good touch.
You see, this zone has lulled the Lakers into a somewhat of a slow walk. And there's no real pep in their step. They've got to start making the quicker passes, quicker decisions, but make them good decisions. That pass from Josh Powell went straight out of bounds.
They've lost that fire that they had to start to go up by 28. It's now down to 18.
But they're just walking. They're walking around now.
Nick Young, if he controls it, he had the baseline. G does have it. Hand over Kobe. Very short.
Shot a wedge.
Yep. And he had the good position inside. So Kobe, only 2 away. The number 12 spot on the NCBA's all-time scoring list. But he has not been looking for his shots since he really did a number on him in the second quarter. He's only got 2 points so far in the second. And it's given away by Farmar. Nick Young up against Shannon Brown. And 2 free throws for Nick Young. Hopefully Shannon's okay.
Shannon did a good job of trying to get back and prevent the easy hoop. Did prevent the easy hoop, but 2 free throws coming to the Wizards. That 26-point lead, well, it is soon to be even less.
Well, and we always mention, after you've played well for a spell, and it was 2.5 quarters for the Lakers, don't give away everything that you worked for. And then, even though you win the game, you don't feel great about it because you didn't finish it right.
And that's when the leadership on your team, you have to ask them to, you don't want them to always be yelling and screaming at guys, but you got to keep your guys fired up, You just have to let them know there's still time on the clock. We want to get into the habit of any time we step on the floor to play one way, the right way.
Well, do you see this team? And I mentioned it because at times they were up by 12, 14, 15 against Minnesota, losing their focus during stretches.
Absolutely. There's no question about that.
Gasol fronted by the much smaller Alonzo G. He's got to get out of the paint. And it'll be 3 seconds. Yeah, it was called by Randy Whitman, Flip Saunders, the entire bench, and you can't blame him. He'd been there a while.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water.
10 minutes left, a lot of game left.
Yeah, and all of the fire that the Lakers had is smoldering.
17 points. That's the deficit for Washington, trying to make it interesting. And Randy Foye can't. That time short. Shannon Brown looked up the floor. Glad he didn't make the pass. Farmar leaked out.
Well, they're in man now. Maybe that'll get the Lakers back to some kind of a pep in their step.
Kobe coming off the pick. It'll be Farmar in the corner. That shot picked up by G. So the Lakers still at 54%, but they were up to close to 59%. That's what Michael Eaves was giving us our Carl's Jr. halftime update. And Blash on the late whistle, but it was a foul by Pau Gasol. He got him from behind. So free throws for Andre Blash. A unique talent for the Washington Wizards. And he is going to be one of their cornerstones now. He's under a long-term deal. And an economical one for the Wizards as a former second-round pick. He gets the first of 2. There's some questions about him in his first 2-3 years in the league and his decision-making, his maturity. And then they committed to him.
You know, and back to the Lakers losing a little bit of their step. That's why you always have to set goals. So, you know, in a game like this, at halftime, the team should have said, look, let's go out in this third quarter and see if we can hold the Wizards to under 42% from the field. It's something that gets your attention and not just float around because you have a big lead.
12 on the shot clock, and the ball hasn't moved at all.
Look at everybody standing.
Yep, hasn't moved.
Now look at the shot clock.
It'll be Shannon Brown bailing him out with a triple. But you don't want to live that way, do you?
No, that's a recipe for disaster.
Shannon's got 8. He's 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. And the Lakers are back up by 18, 85-67. Randy Foye coming off the bench. Yep. G on the spin with a block by Gasol. Pau 10th in the league now in block shots. Yeah, just about 2 a game. Gets one there. Brown on the run. And 2 free throws. So Shannon Brown with the last triple. And when we come back, trying to add to it for the Lakers.
Yeah, Shannon will be going to the free throw line for the first time tonight after, like you said, just knocking down the three-pointer to put the Lakers back up by 18. He has a chance now to put them up by 20.
Use the word finesse when talking about Shaq's game.
The only time he used finesse was when he was playing in practice against guards. He'd play one-on-one and he'd be out dribbling between his legs and trying to be so finesseful. But when it really counted, big fella was bringing down backboards.
Yeah, he liked to close with aggression. And Shannon Brown gets the first of 2. So the Lakers back up now by 19.
And that's one of the reasons why so many players used to run for cover when he went up.
In case.
I'll tell you something. You didn't want to be under the bucket when he threw that one down. That hit you on the head, give you a concussion.
Hey, by the way, final scores. First round matchup, NCAA women's basketball tournament. UCLA 74, North Carolina State 54 for the second round now. UCLA gets the number 3 team in the nation as Gasol on the reach gets the foul on Nick Young. So UCLA on Tuesday night is going to face the number 3 team in the nation, the Lady Huskers, Nebraska.
That'll be Tuesday night. I think I'll go to that one.
Yeah. I'll see you there. Nick Young gets the first of 2.
Gotta represent.
I know. You wearing your jersey?
No. No.
First
I'm going incognito.
First goes down for Nick. Richie Incognito played for Nebraska. 8:14 left as Quentin Ross is into the game for the first time.
We need some excitement in this game.
I know, we're really sick.
You and I are boring each other.
87-69. Pau Gasol, nobody's at home. He thought about it. He's got Singleton. Go to the box.
See how everybody stands. Let's get back to movement.
And there's your movement, and it'll be a foul. Even though Singleton took an elbow to the face, the foul is on James Singleton. He's looking like, I got to see my dentist for that. Third foul on Singleton, and the second team foul.
And Powell just goes over to him and says, "You okay? My bad." It was inadvertent, which everybody knows it is coming from Powell.
Yeah, they're both got a smile on their
Not
face
a
now.
mean bone in his body.
He said, you know, and I'm going to get to the story in just a second after this sequence for the Lakers. Kobe almost gives it away with Powell. Not a lot of space between those two. Farmar, clock down, over the shoulder. Didn't work, did it? Blind shot for Jordan Farmar.
Oh, boy, this game has all the makings of a throwaway.
Blatch up against Josh Powell. Step back. Blatch talked about his athleticism. 87-71, 16 is the lead on 4 straight now for the Wizards. That was awkward, but it worked.
Yeah, but if you have to work that hard to get a deuce, something's going to be wrong.
Gasol and another foul. And while Powell goes to the free throw line, I've got the opportunity. You know, there was a story about Powell, and I'll get to it after this one.
Our Carl's Jr. Expo shows Andre Blatch's last hoop. It's work, and then Josh Powell just puts his hands up and then turns around and sees that rainbow fall in.
You know, Powell was just in the news, and somebody was tailing him, and we read about it. You know where he was coming from? Visiting a young man who's got a handicap, but he's 4 years old, and this kid doesn't think he has a handicap. And Powell was telling me how amazing the young man is, that one day wants to play for the Lakers, loves the Lakers, and that's what Powell Gasol was doing with one of his days off.
Doesn't surprise anybody in the least that knows Powell.
He's a great kid, great guy. 88-71. Lakers by 17. Nick Young trying to find some space. It's Black. Boy, you think he's got Jermaine Jones' arc? Shannon, as Blatch hits the deck. If you're 250, you can't hit it like that. Shannon Brown. And Singleton with a good inside position.
And if you get 5-on-4, you don't want to necessarily settle for a three-point.
But we've seen that recently, Stu, on breaks. Nick Young. What is it about his hometown team? 88-73. Nick Young, 4 of 7. 14.5 points a game against his team he grew up loving. And that's the Lakers. Cleveland High School in Reseda. That's where he played his high school ball. Before he went on to USC and played for 3 seasons for the Trojans. And takes it away now. Kobe trying to slip it inside. Randy Ford on the trail at Singleton. And knocked away by Shannon Brown. Good job with the quick hands. Looked like an easy deuce.
There's still 6 minutes to play in this game, and the Lakers' 26-point lead is down to 15 and falling. Their bullet is going in the wrong direction.
Well, there's no urgency. We've talked about that before. Nick Young, quick catch and shoot. Brown on the close, sends him to the free throw line. Nick Young back there with the clock stopped, 6:01 to play. So the Lakers, as you mentioned, headed in the wrong direction. They've lost all the momentum they had in the first 2-3 minutes of the third.
That's because in the third quarter they went to a sleepwalk. You know, that zone that the Wizards came out in, and it just seemed like it just put the Lakers to sleep. No activity, no pep in their step. And as a result, this crowd is just waking up from their halftime nap.
It's a Sunday service. That's what it's turned into at Staples tonight. And the crowd was getting into it. Kobe in the second quarter and early in the third. Lakers just 1 for 5 from the field in the third quarter. So it's down to 13 after the free throws. Kobe up against Quentin Ross. He has to look for his shot here. It's Farmar wide open in the corner. Kobe gets him. 91-75. So the double came. Kobe recognized it for his 4th assist of the game. And Farmar with 5 points. Nick Young, nobody accounted for him. Farmar gets burned. That negates the triple by Jordan. And it's back to 13. 17 for Nick Young. And that's on 5 of 8. He's been able to get to the free throw line.
You have to anticipate where the pass is going off of high screen and roll if you're weak side.
Zone time. It'll be Shannon Brown. And the Lakers hitting the threes now. But in the long run, they're going to see a lot of zone if they're settling for threes. 94-78. Lakers 9 of 16 from beyond the arc. They haven't taken a ton of threes tonight. Flash. It is range. Yeah. Well, that last one he took was just a strange look. He made it on the fall away, a little step back. Kobe up against Quentin Ross. 4.5 to play. The Lakers up by 16. Can't take it away. Black saw it coming. It was like a free safety that Kobe never saw.
Too big not to see.
Foy trying to make it interesting. And back to Shannon Brown. That would have really made it interesting. 4:07 and counting.
I mean, this game is not in jeopardy. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's just that how you finish games, and you just always want to be playing at a certain level, regardless of the score. So we'll head to this timeout with the Lakers up by 94-78. We're sitting over here complaining like it's a 2-point game. Lakers are in complete control of the contest. Positive note, but more importantly, San Antonio is a team that's playing very well right now. You want to show that you can beat a good team right now.
And they're doing it without Tony Parker on the floor. They had taken 9 of their previous 11 before the loss tonight. Pau Gasol, he thought it was fouled.
I thought he was going to go with his left hand. He had him set up to use his patented left hand little jump hook.
3:42 left in regulation. Farmer trying to sneak in. Al Thornton shoots too many breakdowns. So Al Thornton gets to the free throw. We've gone basically with Randy Foy in the second half. Livingston played most of the first half, but Sean Livingston also had 4 turnovers to go along with 4 assists. So Foy has seen significant minutes now in the second half of the league guard spot. They're auditioning for next year. And Sean Livingston, as I say that, is coming back into the game for Randy Foy. But it's a feel-good story because it's over 3 years, Stu, since he had that injury. And I'm talking about Sean Livingston, February 26th of 2007, where he dislocated the left kneecap, and it was not a pretty scene. And had all that structural damage around the kneecap.
Yeah, I would say that was just one of many injuries that happened on that play with his leg. So, yeah, it's just good to see him on the basketball floor.
Lakers still by 14, 94-80. Defensively, they've got to be pleased holding an opponent to only 80 once again, though. Over the top, and it stays in play because of the glass. Not for long. It's going the other way with Al Thornton. Pretty sequence for the Lakers. And Thornton gets points off the turnover. 94-82, 17 for Al Thornton in the building he used to reside in.
Save for Kobe's output in the second quarter, this has been another one of the Lakers games where they'll win, but they've not played well in the process.
Well, they put an opponent away, a sub-500 opponent, like Minnesota. Shannon Brown not close. Lamar with a fresh shot clock. Man, it's taken away. They're hungry right now.
Yeah, they're just out hustling the Lakers right now.
Al Thornton that time smacked it away from Lamar and stayed with the play. Got it away. On the run, easy. Nick Young down to 10, 94-84. Fortunately for the Lakers, there's only 2.5 left.
You know, and the final score will not be indicative of how this game was controlled by the Lakers, but it's just the way the Lakers have played throughout the process.
Or the finish, the last, what would you say, 15 minutes? Farmer on the reverse. Gasol trying to clean it up inside, and off Pau out of bounds.
See, they're swarming Pau now.
Yeah.
He's
Guys
got
that are
such
4 or
a
5
height
inches
advantage
shorter
over them that they're all just swarming him anytime he's close to the ball. So timeout with 2:06.
With Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom.
Well,
The only 2 starters on the floor.
The way they're playing, they better go to their 4-corner offense and hope the clock runs out.
Livingston behind his back and over Pau Gasol. Talk about a long lead guard. He's a legit 6'7". Down to 8, 94-86. No time to relax. Here comes the 2-3 zone.
Now with this unit,
They're out of the zone.
Kobe's not on the floor.
Gasol now, size advantage. Big discrepancy with Livingston and Pau. Barges his way over Livingston. Just lean. 96-86.
Got to make them pay for going small.
Mid-range. John Livingston. He's got 8 to go along with 6 assists. 8-point Laker lead.
Go right back inside to Powell.
Still 15 on the shot clock. He's fronted by Singleton.
Now you got to go to work.
Sasha by Young. Got space for the jumper. Sasha. He was surprised he lost him that quickly. 98-88.
They didn't expect him to put it on the floor. They said the scouting report says he's a catch-shoot guy.
Al Thornton on the run out. Okay. Back after it. He'll go to the line. Sasha got him from behind.
Yeah, when you're the blind defender, and that's the one that the offensive guy doesn't see, you're sneak attacking. You don't have to be like that. You can just wait until he shows you the ball and then take it or swat it. But you don't have to go through his body to get to it.
So Al Thornton having a big night tonight. 7 of 12 from the field. And just 3 of 5 at the free throw line after the miss. Portland's at Phoenix tonight. Looking ahead because I mentioned San Antonio's got 27 losses. Portland's got 28 with a minute left in the half. They're hanging with Phoenix. Phoenix 43, Portland 42. So 1 of 2 for Al Thornton. And the Lakers lead by 9. Under a minute to play. Win number 52 for the Lakers tonight.
Oh.
One of the best home records in the NBA. Second best, 32-5. They get the foul. Singleton gets the foul and the rim. He was hanging.
You know, if you use the rim to help yourself jump, that's a technical foul. You hold up, you're up there and you hold on to the rim.
That's what they're discussing.
That's a technical foul.
It's easy to hang when you got one hand on the rim.
So this could be 3 shots coming. 1 for the technical and then the 2-shot foul on Powell.
Really technical foul for holding on
Sasha
to the rim.
will take the tee.
You're going to shoot that.
And then Powell will get 2 more.
Fouls on James Singleton, 22.
He's played hard tonight. James Singleton, give him credit. He's worked really hard inside against a much bigger guy. He's been out there to defend Pau Gasol. He's been moving his feet, trying to stay in front of him. That's his rep coming into the league. Solid at the defensive end of the floor.
He won't get an opportunity to do any more because that's 6 and he has been disqualified.
Sasha. Rare miss.
The pass was from Lamar to Powell, and the right hand of Singleton just holds onto the rim. And that's where gravity didn't come into play, when you can go up there and stay up there a while because you're holding on.
Thought he was in his own backyard. He used to play for the Clippers as well. Came from the Mavericks in the Haywood and Caron Butler deal as they shed salary to the Washington Wizards. So Gilbert Arenas comes back next year. They're still to determine what they're going to do about Javaris Crittenton and whether or not he figures, as there's a timeout on the floor.
10-point game, 40 double-double of the season tonight.
So Andrew Bynum out, and how long will it be? He's going to be with the team on the road trip for the next 10 days. So he'll be conditioning. And it's a strain, fortunately, not a tear of the Achilles. That could be devastating. Nick Young and Lamar with the glass. So it was over anyway, but the Lakers up by 10, and our best of Andrew Bynum, a guy who had played a career best 65 so far this season. This is his 5th miss. The Lakers 5-0 in his misses, and that's after playing 85 of the previous 2 years. So they want tacos. You don't have to worry about tacos. In the bag.
Don't worry about a shot violation. He didn't get that off.
He did not get it off in time.
Well, first of all, they waited too long again. Most of the time, I talk about them going too quick. Tonight, obviously Kobe not on the floor, but the clock is winding down, and at about the 6-second mark, they decided to run some sort of a weave.
Wizards get it back. 18 turnovers for the Lakers tonight compared to 13. And the Lakers were really clean in the first half. So We talked about it. Once they slowed down, it also got sloppy. Final shot time. Nick Young. Livingston. Lamar will bat it out, but right to Blatch. Will he get it off? Yeah, Young will. And like everything else for the LA native out of Cleveland High School in Reseda, it goes for Nick with 21, his career best 32, but he's had big games against the Lakers. So despite the loss, he was solid, but the Lakers prevailed and head out on the road with a 6-game winning streak.
You know, again, we'll talk about the 7-point victory. And the final score not indicative of the game at all. It's just the fact that it was a